could any remaining students in the foyer please make their way into the Piermont Theatre urgently? Thank you.
Being last, your names aren't here right now. We're going out and marking off the people that haven't turned up. Okay. So as soon as that comes back, I'll let you know. But if you want to take a seat and listen to this.
That's all right.
Yeah, actually, I need somebody to be Alwyn for a rehearsal. Can you be Alwyn?
I can do that.
So take a seat on me for a moment. Okay, I'll show you in the script when I'm going to record you up. When you do, walk behind. He won't be here. Okay guys, we're just going to do a quick rehearsal and explain the process of the afternoon, but we're just going to wait for a few more people to get into the room because there's a lot of you, which we're very excited about, but as you all know, we are at total capacity today, so apologies for that. David. This is the full run. So what's going to happen? I think that you guys started from there. Ceremony proceedings, so Greg's going to start it from the lectern. He's going to introduce himself. He's going to introduce all the official people. He's going to say it's been this is his speech. And then he will call Linda up. Linda will then stand up. She will confer. The conferrer is in here. Linda will then go and sit down. And then Greg will introduce Sioban, who's the guest speaker. Yep. He was sitting here, but he's here. Yep. And then she will come up. She's going to speak and then she's going. Straight after the guest speech, he will present her with a gift, which we've got. There's the flowers. And then he's going to ask for himself to come up. So when he asks for, did you know each other? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. That's your cue. So when Dippy's asked up, you come up, you walk around. So Dippy's going to stand here. Alwyn. Okay, and Alwyn's already done this morning. Just trying to
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduation ceremony is due to begin shortly. Could all guests please take their seats? Should any evacuations be required, please follow the directions of the venue. Please refrain from taking flash photography. Please ensure your mobile devices are set to silent. Thank you.
Across the world, we gather. Across the world, we learn. From each other, about each other, with each other.
With this quarantine, I'm not going stir crazy because I also have this little fluff ball.
Got a desk set up here with my laptop on a stand, a bit of paper on the side.
It was my first experience pitching to a real client.
In my mind, this is a fast track to these people being our industry leaders of the future.
Having studied and getting the knowledge here, and transferring it back to the community is just a way of saving people's lives, Saving people's lives doesn't mean that someone is going to die and you're saving him. No. Somebody might be in a very hard situation, but due to my knowledge, I can help him.
You are now a part of a graduate network that spans across the globe. Make sure you leverage it and connect with your fellow alumni.
When you're out in the industry, it doesn't matter what year you graduated. It doesn't matter how old you are. Because when it comes out to the industry and we're networking with each other, we can all have like-minded skills.
When it's a no-brainer and it's in your blood and it burns and it's what you know and it's what you love and you wake up in the morning, you think about it and you just have to do it. At all costs, you do it. You're unstoppable at it.
I encourage you to keep persevering, don't give up, and have fun along the way. I did.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Torrens University Australia and Think Australia graduation ceremony. Can you all please be upstanding to welcome the academic procession? Thank you. Please be seated. Please welcome to stage Ms. Rochelle Morris, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Liaison for Torrens University Australia, for today's Acknowledgement to Country.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before we begin official proceedings today, I would like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, who are the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today. I would also like to pay my respects to elders past and present of the Eora Nation and extend that respect to other Aboriginal people present here today. I would like to acknowledge that this gathering is being held on Aboriginal land and recognise the strength, resilience and capacity of Aboriginal people in this land. As we share our own knowledge, teaching, learning and research practices within this university, may we also pay respect to the knowledge embedded forever within Aboriginal custodianship. Thank you.
Thank you, Rochelle. Please stand for the national anthem performed by Rebecca Murphy. Thank you, Rebecca, and please be seated. It now gives me great honour to welcome to stage Dr. Greg Harper, the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Business and Hospitality, Torrens University Australia, and Dean of Business and Hospitality for Think Education. Thank you.
Well, my name is Greg Harper and I'm the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Business and Hospitality. It is my very great pleasure to welcome you to the 2021 Sydney Business and Hospitality graduation for Torrens University and Think Education. It's so wonderful to be back in Sydney. It's, for me, 12 months since I was last here and attending a face-to-face graduation. So it's so wonderful to be able to see people face-to-face. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Linda Brown, CEO of Strategic Education Incorporated Australia and New Zealand and President of Torrens University Australia. Professor Alwyn Louw, Vice-Chancellor of Torrens University Australia and Academic Director of Think Education Australia. Associate Professor Simon Pawson, Associate Dean of Hospitality, Tourism and Events, Torrens. Associate Professor Dipu Sebastian, Associate Dean of Business, Torrens University Australia. Jerome Castille, Chief Commercial Officer and General Manager of Business and Hospitality, Torrens University. My fellow academic staff, graduands, family, friends and everyone who has helped to bring this ceremony together today. Graduands, today's ceremony is both a wonderful celebration and an important rite of passage in your lives. We all need moments when we pause from the rush of everyday life to reflect and celebrate. Each of you will have your own individual feelings, thoughts about graduating, your own experiences, your own journey. But today, we collectively celebrate this critical milestone in your lives and acknowledge the hard work and perseverance which got you here. Much of it made most special by the challenges we've faced during this past year. As we begin today's ceremony, allow me, on behalf of the entire Torrens University and Think Education team, to extend the warmest congratulations to you all, and also to acknowledge the support that has helped you along the way. To the family and friends with us today, and to those who could not be here in person, thank you. Thank you for your encouragement that you have offered, and in many cases the sacrifices you have made so that your loved one may earn their degree or diploma. Can I just thank you all? Support. Graduates, we're here today to recognise and celebrate your achievements. By choosing to engage in further study, you have shown us that you are willing to challenge yourselves and to rise to that challenge. By choosing to study with Think Education or Torrens University Australia, you have become part of an educational institution which also chooses to challenge boundaries and to redefine the nature of higher education in this country. We celebrate your graduation, knowing that your journey continues and that you will continue to embody Torrens' Be Good mission by serving and caring for others in your own particular way. I will now call on Linda Brown, President of Torrens University Australia, to confer the awards. Would graduates please stand while Linda Brown reads the conferral? Can you all please stand? Thank you.
By the virtue of authority vested in me by the Governing Board of Torrens University Australia, I shall confer certain degrees. I certify that the candidates here now to be presented and in absentia have fulfilled the conditions prescribed for admission to certain degrees and are entitled to be admitted to the rank, privileges and responsibilities of these degrees. Thank you. Please sit down.
I have now the greatest pleasure to introduce you to our guest speaker, Ms. Sioban Casey, who's Director of Scaleups and Innovation with the Australian Computer Society. Welcome, Sioban.
Thank you. Just lift these up a bit. I'm very grateful to have been asked to speak today, and I want to start by congratulating each and every one of you on all your hard work. Study requires discipline and sacrifice. And as graduates, it means you've chosen to say yes to assignments, yes to study, yes to team projects, even when people in the team weren't pulling their weight. But most importantly, you know the value of saying no. No to all the distractions that have come up in the last 3 years, because you were committed to a bigger goal. In short, your actions have defined your priorities. And this is such a great lesson for life. Always make the things that you care about your priority. Truth is, I almost didn't graduate from my hospitality degree. I'd completed 2 years, and I did a stint of an unpaid internship with the Ritz-Carlton hotel chain. I'd already done food and beverage for since I was 15, for quite a while, so I opted for a change of scenery. And the internship was awesome. I really loved it. And at the end of it, they offered me a role, which I seriously considered. The Ritz-Carlton Hotel, if you're not familiar, is a great global brand. And I was confident I could leverage the opportunity to kickstart my global employment ambition. It also offered a pretty decent salary. But when I considered my options, my mind instantly ran to my parents, who were immigrants. They had left school when they were teenagers. My mother left school at just 13. They didn't get a chance to do their degree or complete any really higher education. In fact, no one in my family at this point in time had ever been given that chance. My parents had come out on a boat from Ireland, and with the sole purpose of giving my brothers and I a better opportunity. So I declined the role, and although I was eager to throw away my student card, I knew that finishing and graduating was the right thing to do, and I did. And it was a great graduation. It felt really precious, not just for me, but for my parents. And when I consider my experience, I'm confident that there would be people in the room today that perhaps for you it is the first degree in your family. And if that is you, I congratulate you on making that effort and that change. Very well done. Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 key pivots in my life and what I learnt from them. And I hope along the way to impart some insights into the real world. My first hard pivot occurred just 6 months after graduating, when I realised I didn't want to bring up my kids in the back of a kitchen. Now, don't get me wrong, not the real kids I had, the kids I aspired to have one day. See, I was 21, and although I really loved hospitality, I knew I wanted to be a business owner. But I also subscribed to the adage that success in the business does not account for failure in the home. And personally, I was not confident I could pull off the unhospitable hours of hospitality with a family. So the next day, with this clarity, I resigned as the maitre d' of a restaurant, and I started working 9 to 5 in retail while I pondered my next step. And looking back, 2 things helped me successfully pivot. Firstly, I looked for a role that would keep me in front of customers. I believe very strongly that your nature should suit your vocation. And when I thought about a career change, I realised I needed to be in a role that had the same servant leadership mentality that hospitality had excited me. What I failed to appreciate at the time was that my passion for delighting customers would be a critical driver of success in all my roles throughout my career. The second key driver was my network. Now at 21, it wasn't what my network is today. And I didn't have a smartphone, so there was no social channels to lean on. But in addition to my work and my study, I also taught martial arts, a passion which started when I was 8. It's actually a funny story. My mother, when I was quite young, dropped me off at a community hall to trial a new class called physical culture. Now, if anyone's scratching their head wondering what that is, imagine a marching band but without the instruments. Needless to say, at 8, I found it quite bewildering. The entire class was spent obsessing about one's posture whilst marching around the perimeter of a room, and it was only interspersed by the challenge of elevating onto your toes at every corner. In fact, the only good thing about the physical culture class that I could ascertain was that it was actually located directly opposite a judo centre. And I remember walking out of my first lesson and exclaiming in a fairly loud voice to my mother, "I want to do that, not this." To her disappointment. And it's been my sport of choice ever since. I moved from judo to kung fu when I was 10. I studied taekwondo when I was 14 all through high school. And I started a Korean style at 19 called hapkido, in which I hold a black belt. So at 21, I was already instructing the children's hapkido class. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm an advocate of the servant leadership style. And I always took the time to engage with the parents, the paying customers, and taught them and shared with them, how their children were going. It was on one such night that I was talking to a parent, and she encouraged me to apply for a role with her at Liverpool City Council in the Human Resources team. Now, aside from my 3-month unpaid internship at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, I really didn't have much else to offer. Don't think martial arts skills really cut it. But I was very excited because I really looked at the role of HR and I thought they're the team that focus on the core customer in any business, the employees. And her referral clearly secured me the interview. I remember sitting across from a very large desk in a very large room from the HR director, who tapped on a large file of applicants sitting in front of him. And he looked me in the eye and bluntly said, "So why you? All of these have a degree and experience." I'll admit I was shocked. I had hoped a HR director would have been slightly more adept at interview skills. And when I realised the requisite politeness had been dispensed with and there was definitely no wooing in sight, I decided to reply with the same radical candour. Because I've got the best attitude. You can pay me the least, and if I haven't cut my teeth or shown you any talent in 2 months, by all means tap me on the shoulder and I will literally walk away. At this point, I felt the need to lean forward and tap onto the same folder and said, "And you can pick up one of those talented, qualified people." Thankfully, he had a good personality. I got the role, I got the low salary, but more importantly, I had pivoted into a new career, and I felt I was back on my way. As soon as I completed the requisite 3-month probationary period, I enrolled at university again, this time to study a Bachelor of Commerce majoring in Human Resources and Industrial Relations. The course took me 5 years to complete at night, and I graduated for the second time at 27. From there, I moved to Ireland to work with Guinness. I lectured at the university in Dublin, and a year later I returned and I completed my MBA at Macquarie Graduate School, and I graduated for the third time at 32. Since then, I've been an executive for 15 years. I was a project lead on a $200 million warehouse that I built for Woolworths. I've run my own business. I've worked as a CEO for the peak industry body. I've scaled a fintech, and I've worked on a variety of boards. And as I was introduced, I'm currently the Director of Innovation Labs and Scaleups, where I help tech entrepreneurs scale their businesses into international markets. A couple of key lessons at this point in time from my first pivot. Know yourself, it's so important. And if you don't, invest the time to do it. As our great Aussie actress Toni Collette argues, you'll definitely have a better relationship with the rest of the world if you do. In life, number 2, attitude is the only amplifier. You might be the smartest person sitting in the room here today, but if your attitude is poor, it's like multiplying your talent by 0. And education doesn't stop today. It's a life journey. My second key pivot occurred when I became a bouncer. That's right. If you thought you misheard me, you didn't. I'm talking about the day I became a person employed by a nightclub to prevent troublemakers from entering and, of course, eject them when needed. When you look at me, I'm probably sure it's not what you expected. I definitely didn't look like the bouncers I used to see. Most bouncers were ego-rich and conversation poor. And they wanted to be right, often more than make the right decision. But my height was an instant advantage. At 6'3", or vertically challenged as some have argued, I could see over the crowd without looking like I was actually looking. And my martial arts training had provided me with the requisite conflict management skills, shall we say, that are sometimes called upon within a nightclub. In short, I had found my side hustle. It all started when I realised that the bar manager that I really loved going to was a kung fu master. And when he discovered my martial arts background, we became lifelong friends, and he offered me the opportunity to work on the door if I was to secure my security licence. So off I went without hesitation. I remember walking back into the bar a couple of weeks later, brandishing my new licence, and as promised, I was working on the door the next night. Frightened. I remember signing the roster for my shift, and it said next to my name, security/style enforcer. I didn't think I had very good style, but anyway, that was my job. First key lesson, always say yes to opportunities, even if they scare you. Then you work out how to do it. Let's be honest, that's how I ended up here today. So with my security licence, I ended up working most weekends in my 20s. The best thing about being a bouncer is all the awesome people you meet. The worst thing about being a bouncer is all the very difficult people you meet. But I won't go into any war stories. The experience definitely improved my communication skills, especially my ability to negotiate. And it didn't do my bank balance any harm either, because I was basically being paid whenever I was out spending money. As a female, I was often asked to look at doing more advanced security work. So I invested in further training. I secured a gun licence, a bus licence. I completed tactical driving training and bodyguard skills training. And at 23, I was a private protection detail for Tom and Nicole Kidman when they were still together. Most importantly though, and essentially about martial arts, it taught me a very important lesson which is applied in business. Do not see business through a lens of gender. You should expect to be treated equally, and remember that others should be treated equally as well, and only expect to be advanced through your career through the demonstration of merit and talent. Point number 2, be comfortable being uncomfortable. Growth doesn't happen when you're standing still. And of course, I'm going to be your biggest advocate for always nurturing your side hustle. My third key pivot happened when I was diagnosed with an extremely rare ovarian cancer. I was a fit 36-year-old, had a 2-year-old and a 9-month-old daughters. I was running a business, and within 6 days of seeing a GP, I was suddenly grappling with the idea that I would die. I was diagnosed with a cancer that only 60 women had had in the world in 30 years. Still hard to talk about. It was only operative and nearly 100% mortality, if not found as a primary growth. Instantly, my world shrunk. And I thought of the old saying of the sea, the best way to rouse anger in a human is to deliver an ultimatum. Well, I definitely had that happen. Suddenly, the most things in the world that people worried about seemed inferior, actually frivolous. I was singularly focused on living, and worst case, preserving what I stood for or who I was as a human on video for my daughters. In short, it was a difficult thing that I lived through, most difficult, but I'm grateful for the experience. Not just because I survived, but because of the perspective it gave me. It taught me a few lessons. Life is so precious. It's short and not worth the nonsense that so many people stress about. Perspective is absolutely everything. Remember, your opinion is your opinion, your perspective is your perspective, but please don't confuse them as facts or truth. And don't allow your career to define you. There is so much more to life. So, to finish off today, I want to acknowledge that this graduation is extremely special because you're officially COVID graduates. That means you've pushed through the challenges of remote study, you've lived through Blur's Day, the way weeks blend together, COVIDiots, we all know who they are, and doom scrolling, or perhaps that was just me. But it also means you're graduating into a job market in a pandemic. But as you sit here before me as graduates, I'm sure you all have a greater sense of confidence, competence, and self-esteem. And don't worry, although international markets currently are affected by the global recession, Australia's Business Confidence Index rose 4 points in February to 16, which is the highest it's been since early 2010. Alan Oster, the NAB chief economist, recently stated business conditions and confidence are both at multi-year highs, and importantly, we are starting to see an uptrend in business hiring and investment activity. So, whatever your pathway, always remember, fear and self-doubt will be the greatest enemies of your potential. When opportunity arises, don't listen to your internal voice saying you can't, because when you're older, or gosh forbid sick, you'll always regret the opportunities you did not take. Please do not sit in a comfort zone. Nothing ever exciting happens there. And remember, we are the only animal that seeks meaning from our life. So live with passion, be curious. The wonderful thing about the game of life is that winning and losing is simply an illusion. And when it comes to your career, remember the words or the lyrics of Ben Harper when he says, make sure the fortune that you seek is the fortune you need. Thank you again and congratulations. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let me just say a few words. Thank you for that beautiful speech, and the courage and persistence that you demonstrated should be inspirational to our students. The message of taking those opportunities and facing your fear, I think, resounds with all of us. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I shall now call on Associate Professor Dipu Sebastian, the Associate Dean of Business, to present each candidate for admission to our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Alwyn Louw. Dipu.
I would like to present the higher education graduates, Torrens University, Australia, Business Faculty, Diploma of Business, Angus Hewitt. Aisa Iqbali. Felicia Holmberg. Hussein Yunus. Jocelyn Muslin. Diploma of Events Management, Janine Hamburg. Mary Salib. Diploma of Marketing, Hannah Strandberg. Associate Degree of Business, Gemma Waring. Bachelor of Business, Abbas Kasira. Amelia Beckwith. Benjamin Booth. Benjamin Booth. Buchi Kanpat. Kombu. Denise Mitchell. Hannah Collins. Isabella Gallia. Jessica Grant. Justine Smith. Matthew Kerswell. Talia Lamb. Thomas Harris. Tosin Adkin. Walter Candido. Bachelor of Business, Communication and Public Relations, Diana Chinche. Catherine Gunapoulos. Bachelor of Business Events Management, Ainsley Moore. Alicia Tiani. Arila Spiro. Bridget O'Hearn, Cassandra Muir, Charlotte Waterman, Casilo Tamai, Daniel Morris, Darcy Chan, Emma Kopman, Erin Bromley, Georgia Perron, Hannah Overton, Hong Trong, Isabella Lonella, Jane Quick, Jessica Murray, Jessica Jokic, Justin Somerville, Karen Sanchez, Kirsty Ann Maher, Laura Champion, Lin Jiang Do, Lorenzo Quattrolo, Mark Gadisa, Maketa Webatova, Megan Stack, Natasha McCabe, Oshal Lanson, Fong Nguyen, Rachel Nelvold, Rosemary Beggs, Shinya Pan, Thi Nguyen, Trúc Nguyen, Bachelor of Business Marketing, Akoi Majak, Francine Barbaro, Georgia Muirhead, Jessa Fulton, Lee Sekbo, Monia Loen, Luis Sanchez, Monia Loen, Nguyen, Olivia Agusi, Olivia Frester, Paula Osvaldo, Rosie Johansson, Thi Ho Lee, Thuy Yuan Do, Vanessa Silva, Yong Kim, Bachelor of Business Sports Management, Aidan Gibson, Courtney Nielsen, Jordan D. Alexandro, Bachelor of Commerce, Ayush Madhami, Angel Prada, Emma Dixon, Mohammed Al-Dabas, Prakash Kandel, Rahul Trehan, Pritesh Kumar, Regina Bista, Roshan Khatka, Sabina Kandel, Sagar Gyabli, Samad Ali, Graduate Certificate of Business Administration, Anthony Perini, Alicia Anderton, Hira Larabe, Lutz Dapo, Omega Bernardo, Graduate Certificate of Global Project Management, Cameron Cole, Nampech McGrill, Graduate Diploma of Business Information Systems, Marcel Veronza, Master of Business Administration, Alan Zhuang, Brixiat Luengo, Farisha Firoz, Fana Fin, Sarah Koi, Wesley Jones, Master of Business Administration, Innovation and Leadership, Linda Chidiak, Michelle Fenton, Master of Business Administration, Sports Management, Hemel Shade, James Galvin, Master of Business Information Systems, Arun Kotrapalli, Bhagya Dawn, Benita Subedi, Chukwudi Ikewa, Ilohar Ishochukwu, Hussein Karyani, Ibrahim Belio, Iqbal Hussain, Ismena Brodovic, Jesse Soki, Karthik Saini, Laya Tupakula, Lavneet Kaur, Mehboob Mohammed, Mantran, Michael Wesley, Muhammad Makbul, Peace Egbinon, Pranali Panchal, Pulkit Kapoor, Kwak Nguyen, Rafael Ijano, Rajesh Thakuri, Ravi Kominini, Ritesh Kumar Patel, Sagar Ghimre, Sakshi, Shravan Chanchala, Smriti Manandar, Tanveer Kaur, Tululope Adutunji, Venkatesh Guram, Vishal Yadav, Master of Global Project Management, Louw Aponte, Master of Professional Accounting, Meng Wang, Master of Business Administration Advanced, Abisolo Abayomi, Ahmad Azayase, Andy Reynoso, Bianca Romano, Camilo Granados, Camilo Barron. Claudia De Luca. Cyril Mayer. David Finn. Diana Bulalon. Doris Hidkapi. Ishwar Chunduru. Gagandeep Gotra. Harshvardhana Chandrana. Heidi Liranes. Hong Nguyen. Hoon Kim. Ifeoma Izzy Okoli. Jimena Rodriguez. Jirus Anantafong. Lee Lecroux. Leonardo Vargas. Leanne Moreira. Louis Garcia. Louis Bispo. Mika Kobayashi. Mohammad Daniel. Abuda Al Said. Piodullam Batulga. Sameer Al-Dirbaz. Satvik Balmuri. Sumaira Swagola. Saeed Ali. Tasnuva Kadir. Vianney Rule. Master of Global Project Management Advanced, Abdel Aldani. Asim Khan. Christian Sepulveda. Dori Elbeti. Ibrahim El Masri. Ifeni Chuku Asogoa. Koder Mihich. Malaki Kinyanjul. Mohammad Javed. Paulo Silva. Rama Khatri. Rena Hirche. Silas Meto. Sonia Rincon. Thi Tran. Ucheku Emereze. Zainul Abdin. Master of Global Project Management and Master of Global Project Management Advanced, John Jairo Aponte Guerrero. Master of Professional Accounting Advanced, Afroz Sharif. Alabas. Anusa Podel. Aliyah Zaid. Emmanuel Chalule. Fahmed Omad. Farah and Leap. Girail Mandak Batar. Hafam. Harold Jison. Jessica DiPoli. Khalid Mahich. Grizel Herrera. Lady Adila. Muhammad Ishan. Misam Said. Mohammad Ajam, Naomi Mburu, Nusrat Jahan Neetu, Oshin Maharajan, Parminder Kaur, Paulina Castrillon, Prasanta Kunwar, Prem Kumar, Princey Agi, Rasa Razaite, Robina Cheng, Saikat Paul, Shankar Basnet, Stephanie Roos, Tafim Sifat, Tushar Saragi, Uddhav Kesi, Veronica Recalled, Vikram, Walter Lanos, Yash Patel, Master of Business Administration and Master of Global Project Management, Arman Carlos, Bolorma Idenku, Christian Rondon, Diana Shakirova, Gabriela Machado, Elena Silva, Hisham Owais, Jacqueline Gallo, Jenny Mirel, Johan Romero, Myron Martinez. Mario Jimenez. Miguel Trigos. Muhammad Tahir. Omar Aiden. Paula Fasano. Saija McConan. Santiago Tirado. Sergio Beltra. Suft Irden Chulu. Said Ahmed. Teksharchal Gendasuran. Thais Binade. Jonathan Bakos. Master of Business Administration and Master of Public Health, Alicia Nadia. Anisha Tamang. Arlene Huan. Golda Atunga. Hardeep Devgan. Jennifer Silva. Kevin J. Ovejira. Luz De Villiers. Maria Rosario. Michelle Feliciano. Nomentua Bimber Droge. Pasang Sherpa. Patricia Cheriot. Sophie Horton. Titilayo Adeyobi. Master of Global Project Management and Master of Public Health, Angela Sofo. Inga Kijens. Nathan Langard. Hospitality faculty, Diploma of Business Hospitality Management, Brian Putra. Nath Hyun. Rochelle McLeod Miller. Diploma of Business Tourism Management, Marwa Banjeri. Virinai Moyo. Diploma of Travel and Tourism, Ashley Harrington. Catherine Auld. Dante Mirano. Emily Camilleri. Emma Townsend. Emma Hoskins. Helena Dimitru. Jessica Tulloch. Joseph Haab. Catherine Manning. Rebecca Hutwhite. Sally Kane. Samantha Young. Associate Degree of Business, Hospitality Management, Alexander Rapicano. Isabella Carabetta. Josephine Wellings. Associate Degree of Business, Tourism Management, Freya Gosby. Associate Degree of Culinary Management, Chelsea Sharma. Ebony Thompson. Gersam Sanjaya. Hui Bai. Jani Kusona. Jun Ho. Lisa Listani. Samantha Lynch. Tirapat Janjamu Certificate 4 in Commercial Cookery and Associate Degree of Culinary Management, Huang Tran. Shay Coleman. Bachelor of Business, Hospitality Management, Amelia Hale. Anthem. Bao Nguyen. Din Trin. Do Nguyen. Elizabeth Lamachia. Hoi Wong. Honsik Lee. Yun Thao Lee. Yun An Lee. Jay Kuak. Jennifer Sigrid. Ji Choi. Jin Yan. Jumi Kim. Kai Tran. Kim Tran. Kim Tho Tran. Leo Cristanto. Michael Lay. Minason. Ngok Nguyen. Rajita Wong. Shanti Larvencia. Shivangni Nand. Shona McGee. Sophie Hoschke. Thai Nguyen. Thomas Charlton. Trungle. Wendy Lemaire. Wanik Kwan. Bachelor of Business Tourism Management, Sarah Bologna. Bachelor of Culinary Management, Ayman Abuchi. Beatrice Gonzalez. Bronte Williams. Chia Sim. Desi Caroline. Hong Byung. India Levin. Letran. Min Fan. Mai Leto. Natasha Kanal. Steffi Sulianto. Thi Fan. Yen Hua Hao. Certificate 4 in Commercial Cookery and Bachelor of Culinary Management, Angelique Chua. Duan Nguyen. Jinhyun Lee. Joseph Reyes. Kyun Min Park. Madeline Halim. Mavi Stevani. Ngok Lai. Sanjay Kim. Yol Yang. Graduate Certificate of Revenue Management, Amy Lemke. Elena Martinez. Master of Business Administration, Jeremy Spingler. Associate degree of Culinary Management, Yunsub Sim. Congratulations to all the graduates. I would like to now welcome Professor I'd like to welcome Vice Chancellor Professor Alwyn Louw to present the Hospitality and Business Award, and Dr. Greg Harper on the dais, please.
So who said learning is not fun? Just look at how nice this was. Quick process, effective, everyone got recognition, wonderful. Right. Our graduates will receive the following award today: Excellence Higher Education, the highest academic achievement by a student eligible to graduate at the Sydney ceremony in any higher education course offered by the faculty. First one is the Excellent Award, Undergraduate Higher Education, is presented to Veronica Campbell. Is Veronica coming up here? You can imagine if she did that well in absentia. Let me just read what she gets recognition for. Veronica has consistently excelled academically in completing her Bachelor of Business, Hospitality Management, earning high distinctions in every subject. Her attention to detail and research and her ability to engage with and think through complex industry challenges resulted in outstanding assessments that were of industry standard. Her entire suite of lecturers commented that it was always a pleasure to read her submitted works. She was able to apply her vast experience as a senior chef at Taronga Western Plains Zoo in Dabu to her studies. She embraced the challenges of the work environment and often demonstrated a special ability to find excellent application of the students' content in her workplace. She used her increasing business practice knowledge to extend herself in her work commitments, and this continuously showed in her learning all the way up to her very last subject. Her thirst to continue learning, to positively contribute to a team effort, and her drive for excellence will only enrich her career in the business world and benefit our hospitality and tourism industries. Shall we give her an applause? I mean, this is excellent. Second one is the Excellent Award, Postgraduate Higher Education, is presented to Eleanor Annabelle Usogukwo. Master of Business Information Systems. Cheryl Sandberg, the Chief Operating Officer of Facebook, said, "You will not be defined by what you achieve. Instead, you will be defined by how you survive adversity." Eleanor is a student who demonstrates an ability to thrive in adversity. She is able to demonstrate the key attributes of the Master of Information Systems, such as problem solving, skills, teamwork, resilience, integrity, people skills, and a commitment to hard work, with a GPA of 4.67. And graduating the MBIS with high distinction tells the academic story, but not all the challenges that face a student. The pandemic brought its own difficulties, but Eleanor showed exception and exceptional resilience and commitment. In the last trimester, she handed in her final assignment and 2 days later gave birth to a beautiful baby boy named Zion. The meaning of the name Elohor is blessing, and the academic staff in Sydney feel blessed and privileged to have had Elohor as a student and now as graduate of the MBIS at Torrens University. Congratulations. Thank you.
Just bear with me. I would like to welcome Ms. Sophie Hoschke, Bachelor of Business, Hospitality Management, to give the graduate address.
Good afternoon, Vice-Chancellor, President, esteemed academic staff, special guests, family, friends, and fellow graduates. Congratulations, we did it. Completing your studies during what has been a crazy year is an impressive achievement, and you should all be so proud of yourselves. My name is Sophie Hoschke, and I'm graduating alongside you today with a Bachelor of Business in Hospitality Management. I am here today to share with you my Torrens journey so far. So my story begins in high school, and I never really liked studying because I never really found something I was truly passionate about. Then I went to Hawaii, and we stayed in this incredible resort with a huge pool, a bar in a cave in the huge pool, and there were some flamingos. And then I remember thinking to myself, this wouldn't be too bad of a place to work. And then from that moment on, I knew that an office job, 9 to 5 hours, just wasn't my vibe. So HSC comes around, and I ended up at a Torrens open day, and was sold within minutes. The interactive classrooms, personalised learning experience, and the Opera House views were quite amazing. But it was the conversation I had with a success coach about the industry connections that I knew that I was in the right place. Hilton, Accor, Four Seasons, the list goes on. But one name that stood out to me was the Walt Disney Company. I then applied for a scholarship, which required me to do a presentation on a business I wanted to start. Public speaking terrified me, but I knew if I wanted to study here, I needed a scholarship. We had to present in front of fellow applicants and the selection board. Everyone had pages of notes, and all I had was a PowerPoint with some pretty pictures. I knew that even if I didn't act confident or believe in myself, that they wouldn't believe in my ideas either. But here I am. So first year of uni rolls around, and I'm already out of my comfort zone by catching a train into the city for the first time alone. I would say that my first year was probably the most normal. I met some amazing people, actually enjoyed studying for once, was a part of the SRC, got a job at my RSL club, learned what APA was, which, turned 18, went clubbing, got sick of clubbing, met my two besties, and discovered my love-hate relationship for group assessments, which I'm sure you can all relate on. So second year comes by fast, and my plan was to go on my industry placement and stay in the SRC team. Well, plans changed, and none of that happened. It wasn't good timing for placement, and SRC just wasn't a thing anymore. So instead, I formed a close working relationship with my campus director, David White. He helped some friends and I start the first Torrens Social Society with the aim to enhance the student experience, and we did throw a pretty epic first ever Torrens Uni Ball. So whilst this was all happening, I was helping rebuild the SRC and continuing my placement plans, and I also had my eye on the brand new Crown Sydney that was being built. Fast forward to 2020, and I know this sounds absolutely crazy, but it was by far the best year of my life. So it started off with my success coach and industry team helping me get my dream job of working for Disney World in Orlando. My time spent with my Disney family taught me new skills to last a lifetime. I learned independence, like living out of home for the first time, learning a new city, and having to shop for groceries somewhere other than Woolies. A few months in, and I'm living my best life at Disney, eating way too much food, going to the parks every chance I get, meeting new people, and actually loving working over 50 hours a week on minimum wage. So then March 14th arrived. With the COVID pandemic, spreading vastly across the world, we only got given 4 days to pack up and go home. I was heartbroken. With borders closing soon, I go into my version of panic mode. Everyone was stockpiling toilet paper, and I was out buying snow globes and earrings, the essentials. So the last few days were crazy. I don't think I slept more than a few hours every single night. I didn't have a flight or money to pay for it. So Dad, I will pay you back eventually. It's just kind of transferring. So I'm at the airport and it's chaos. And to add to this, they can't find my booking in the system. So at this point, I'm about to cry. I feel physically sick. And I distinctly remember thinking to myself, Sophie, just be confident, believe in yourself. So after some time, it was all sorted and I was on my flight home. I put my headphones on, shut my eyes, and then I wake up 10 hours later and I've almost landed in Sydney. So best flight ever. I got home and the realisation has finally hit that I have no plans for the future and it is so unpredictable. I had to adjust to online learning to complete my final few subjects, and I didn't even know what or where Blackboard Collaborate was. It was a huge adjustment, but for all those that went through it, let me tell you how resilient and incredible you are, because it is tricky trying to sit there and not scroll through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or head to the fridge for the 1000th time. So the silver lining was that I was offered the opportunity to be the next SRC president at the Rocks campus. This role presented many obstacles revolving around the online space, and I applaud my team for adjusting. Alongside this role, I was determined to work for the brand new 275-metre Crown Sydney. I drew from the self-confidence that Torrens has equipped me with, as well as my passion for the industry, which saw me to obtain my dream role. This year rolls around and I thought, okay, what's the plan? But truthfully, I have no idea. But I don't know what my next goal is, and I'm okay with that. But one thing is for certain is that Torrens can't get rid of me just yet, as I am now studying a Bachelor of Business in Marketing. In sharing all of this with you, I must acknowledge that we would not be here today if it wasn't for some brilliant people. So there are a couple people I would like to thank. My campus director, David, my success coach, Juliana, my program director, Kirsten, the student services team, all of my lecturers, the SRC and society team, my classmates, my friends, and of course my family. So thank you for supporting me and giving me all of these opportunities. To all the fellow graduates here today, I'd like to congratulate you all and wish you the best of luck with all of your future endeavours. Remember that it is okay to not have a plan and just go with the flow and be happy. And as Torrens has taught us, love what you do. I leave you today with one of my favourite Disney childhood movie quotes: "Life's a climb, but the view's great." Thank you.
I'd just like to say thank you very much for that sharing with us, and I'm so glad that you had such a positive experience as a student. And thank you very much too for the work you've done with the Student Association. You've obviously done a great job, so well done, much appreciated.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So I'd now like to call on our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Alwyn Louw, to deliver the graduation closing speech.
President, members of the executive, staff, colleagues, and very specifically our graduates today, but also the parents, friends, and support groups of our graduates. Listening to our two guest speakers today, it's exciting how passion-driven is an important concept. The fact that you really focus on what it is that you are excited about, and not only keep on rolling day to day, but really make sure that you get into those things that give you energy to move on. Graduation ceremonies are moments when we look back, we consolidate our experiences during our period of learning and growing towards this recognition. But at the same time, it is also loaded with the expectation and a bit of fear of what next and dreams of all the opportunities this new status will unlock. Nelson Mandela said, "There's no passion to be found in playing small." Live a life you are capable of. And at the same time, our biggest fear is the potential we may unlock. Sometimes we are concerned to really get out there and just get involved and put our energy to something. Because what may happen if I do that? Looking at people who made significant contributions during their lives, it's evident that there are some key characteristics we can learn from all of them. Primary to this is the importance of having a clear purpose. Purpose of who you are, why and where you are heading. We are living in an era where the noise of society may cause us to become a product of our environment rather than being an architect of it. It happens so fast that it's possible to just run along. The challenge is that the moment you get into that rut, you are actually not producing anything. You're just accumulating, hopefully, something. Purpose allows us the opportunity to take control of our lives and the direction we are heading. This enables you to live a life of meaning led by integrity. In other words, you will bring about what you say. Where self-interested goals change, in other words, I change away from myself to contributive goals, and it is on this basis that you really start to grow, because you start to see a different world. It is evident, however, that success depends on commitment, without which you will never start anything. And what is important is that you also have consistency, without which you will never finish anything. So looking forward from today, it is important that the dreams you have must find meaning in the purpose and goals you attach to it, without which it remains only ideas without feet. It is evident that all success stories are grounded in the consistent commitment to take risk and never give up. Let that potential unfold and let it happen. We see the success of Thomas Edison with 1,000 failed experiments and then developed the light bulb. We see the story of Elon Musk really at the brink of failure, where he was in a position where he had to basically borrow money from his friends to pay rent. He stuck to his commitment and to his focus. And in the end, he's currently the second richest person in the world. It is important to learn that success comes through the understanding that we need each other. Everyone must take responsibility also for each other. Hope is imperative, which we can have in such a context. And we must build everything step by step. Important lessons we learn from our successful friends. And this interesting story, always see the bigger picture. The question being asked to 3 brickmakers, what are you doing? The first brickmaker said, I'm making bricks. The second one said, I'm making bricks because I want to build a wall. The third one said, we are building, not they, we are building a cathedral. In other words, the picture is, I'm always busy with something bigger than myself. Life and great ideals never stop with ourselves. It's not about my few bricks. It's where those bricks go. It's the impact it has in the end. If we want to look at an exceptional story and an example of that, look at Mother Teresa. Owned almost nothing, changed large parts of the world with a conviction and a real sacrifice for other people. The question is now, how do we translate what we have today, the skills, values, knowledge, and attitudes towards those things that are the challenges of our day? Inequality, unemployment, poverty, the environmental issues we're battling with, access to education. Such a long list of things. What do we do with what we have? What do I do and you do with what we have to impact that world and make a difference? Our context is very explicit in terms of this. And I'm talking about the context as almost a person speaking to you. And the context says, you must continue to develop yourself to participate in this process of building society. In other words, to be this architect. The key competency centers around our ability to use what is available today in new technology, new ideas, to improve our capacity to be more productive and more effective. Therefore, we must develop ourselves to be effective human beings. We must develop ourselves to be human beings to the level of excellence possible and use technology to enable us to achieve that. And therefore, the 10 basic characteristics, key competencies in the fourth industrial era is well known to all of us. And all those are basically, if you want to, soft skills. Active listening, complex problem solving, creativity, critical thinking, judgment and decision making, negotiation, people management, quality control, a service orientation. Those things that really make me stronger as a person. So you develop these skills during your studies and during your learning period. With a focus discussed above, your purpose, goal-directedness, understanding your passion, you must continue to grow it and mature it in your lifelong learning process. This requires commitment and consistency and is motivated by your sense of purpose based on your passion. And the last reference here, Warren Buffett said, if you want to do all these things, do it with a bit of curiosity, with a clear focus, with humility, and a sense of humor. Life is serious, but it's definitely important that you have fun in living it. The first time I heard someone said, you know, you must have fun, it was someone with a tremendous lot of money, and I said, well, it's simple for you to say that I must have fun, you know, because you can afford it. But as I grew in years, I realized that he was right. It's not about the money. It's about finding peace and joy in what you do. So congratulations with your wonderful achievements today. We are proud of you and remain committed to be your lifelong partners in your journey to go and be good in a world with so many opportunities and challenges. Welcome to the alumni of Torrens. We hope that you will be actively involved because that is definitely a source of inspiration, motivation, but also an environment in which you can make contributions to the bigger good that we're talking about. We want to congratulate and thank your family and friends and really say to you, we appreciate the fact that you've allowed us to be partners in the development process of your children, of your partners, and we feel honored to be in this partnership role which we plan to continue to build a better and bigger society for each and every person. Thank you very much.
Could you be upstanding while the processional party leaves the stage? Thank you.
Across the world, we gather. Across the world, we learn. From each other, about each other, with each other.
With this quarantine, I'm not going stir crazy because I also have this little fluff ball.
Got a desk set up here with my laptop on a stand, a bit of paper on the side.
It was my first experience pitching to a real client.
In my mind, this is a fast track to these people being our industry leaders of the future.
Having studied and getting the knowledge here, and transferring it back to the community is just a way of saving people's lives, Saving people's lives doesn't mean that someone is going to die and you're saving it. No. Somebody might be in a very hard situation, but due to my knowledge, I can help him.
You are now a part of a graduate network that spans across the globe. Make sure you leverage it and connect with your fellow alumni.
When you're out in the industry, it doesn't matter what year you graduated. It doesn't matter how old you are. Because when it comes out to the industry and we're networking with each other, we can all have like-minded skills.
When it's a no-brainer and it's in your blood and it burns and it's what you know and it's what you love, and you wake up in the morning, you think about it, and you just have to do it at all costs. You do it. You're unstoppable at it.
I encourage you to keep persevering, don't give up, and have fun along the way. I did.